Hey y'all, it's Ryan. I'm coming at you with a special message straight from my basement because my parents are asleep and I gotta record this message. On this week's show, we had our special guest, Moderator Danielle, on, but we realized we only have 2 mics and there were 4 of us on the show. So we unfortunately had to record 2 people to a mic, and it created a really distorted echoey effect, and it's really not the greatest thing to listen to. That being said, we've had audio issues in the past, and we're not going to let this stop us. We've edited it to the best of our abilities, and we promise you we're going to try our best to get these, audio kinks out of the way in future episodes. So we thank you for sticking with us, and we hope you enjoy the show. Okay, bye. I love you.
I want to be able to wear a beanie, but my head shape just doesn't allow for that.
I'm starting
times,
to tear up.
If you watch it without knowing anything, you're like, it's just a bunch of like dudes fighting.
Yeah, honestly,
Like,
I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's the best one.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to No One's Gonna Listen. We are here. Ryan's drinking piss. Some really unhealthy piss.
What is that? Dude, that's Snapple, that's Snapple.
No, this is like this is a water bottle I took from Chris's house.
why is the label ripped off as if you're going into an exam?
I have it ripped off because what if
He is going to be.
Dasani or whatever compliments water?
Oh my god.
What if they come
The worst water ever?
right? So that's why
Compliments?
I
No,
used
No. Dasani, worst water ever.
No, it's the worst water ever. So I ripped the label off so that way they don't sue us. But also, this is not human urine. This is in fact filtered water from my fridge that had one of those Nestea squirt bottles.
Oh,
okay.
I thought it was like it's filtered water, but my filter's broken, so
Yeah.
it just turned brown.
So-
Ew, that's gross.
And then I pissed in it. So now we have a delicious beverage that is both nutritional and hydrational. Okay.
Oh, god. Oh, awesome.
My name is Kristoffer Bradley Cruz. I will be your host today. Y'all aren't gonna introduce yourselves?
I'm Ryan Tocheri.
I'm Ralph. I'm doing my resume right now. Hire me,
And
please.
and this week we actually have a very special guest. She was our moderator last week, and she is also my very lovely girlfriend. Please welcome Danielle.
Just yeah. I was gonna do that. Oh, that's
Done
so.
it together.
No, it's okay.
This is really fucking me up. That's why I didn't introduce myself, because I thought you were still talking.
Okay.
Yeah, don't wear the headphones.
For
Ralph.
those who don't understand, Ralph wears headphones whenever we're recording, and there this week in particular there is a delay in what Ralph
there is
hears.
straight up a 1 second delay.
So if I say, "Hi, it's Ryan," then Ralph hears, "Hi, it's Ryan."
Yeah.
A second later.
All right.
There's just weird dead audio after that.
Yeah.
Let's get right into the comments. Let's just jump
Jump right
into
What's up, you beautiful bastards?
it. Let's just jump right into it, guys. This week we have hella comments. I forgot to ask for Instagram questions, Instagram responses this week because I posted it like half an hour before we recorded this, but no one answered. So we're
It
just
didn't even post.
well, it just didn't work for you, okay?
Okay.
So this
I'm
week.
trying to save you here. But
Okay. Well, I mean, so this week we got 15 comments on our channel. So that's a lot right there. I have the old video pulled up. Nairi Holdsworth. Actually, I don't even know if that's how you pronounce her last name. But
what? I thought it was. How you pronounce it?
you know what?
How else would you do it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Holdsworth?
You have to say it with a
bro.
British accent because she's in the UK now.
Our mate Nairi.
Nairi.
Nairi, bro.
She says, "This is an accurate representation of my last 3 brain cells during exam season."
Nairi's
Now you
last
got another one, though. 4 brains.
Nairi's last 3 brain cells are just like
Us talking for an hour
Yeah. That's stupid.
about
shit.
elementary school stories.
Let's
You know,
count the number of times Ryan does that during this podcast.
We're up to like 4 right now.
Dude, you posted something on Instagram, like that gif of you on Instagram.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing is like, you know how at the beginning of Instagram videos, it's just like it shows like the amount of time
Yeah.
the video plays. So it's just it says 1 minute 59 seconds, and it's you just looping.
Yeah, dude.
And Kris sat there for all 159.
It's because he wanted to get me a view, man.
Yeah.
It's because Kris is a bro.
Danielle L. Whoa says, "Wow, it really felt like I was there with you guys."
They have the same name as me.
It's crazy.
The crazy... Danielle, the moderator? I especially like how it says written 18 minutes ago.
Whoa.
Wow.
As you were
True
sitting
fact.
in this room.
Yeah, so it couldn't have been me.
Well, the next comments are
Oh,
from
these
our
are
favorite
great.
commenters.
Hanan says, or Hanan, "I have questions. Ryan, where did you get your beanie?"
My ex-girlfriend.
Spicy.
Kris, where did you get your beanie?
Krish.
I got it at the one I was wearing last week. Specifically, I got it at Hot Topic.
Dude, Hot Topic?
The
Hot Topic, dude.
the classic emo store. You know, it's where people who like Suicide Squad go.
Going to Hot Topic means that you're fearless.
Going to Hot Topic
Crazier
is
than-
honestly a terrifying.
Well, how did the meme go again?
She was fearless and crazier than him.
Right.
Kris,
I hate that movie.
Okay, wait, Ralph. Why don't you have a beanie?
You know why? Because my fucking mom. It always comes back to my mom. Like, I want to wear beanies very badly. Like, I keep buying them because I want to be able to wear a beanie. But my head shape just doesn't allow for that. Like, my whole family, like, yeah, your fucking head shape, like, you're just busted. You look bad.
Your
just
mother
look bad
comes
in
up to you
beanies,
and is
like-
just like, Ralph,
Go.
you look terrible.
Yeah, no, for real.
Ralph, your head shape's ugly.
I'm just imagining like your family having like an intervention, and they're like, Ralph,
No,
I have
honestly, like,
something
it
very
is.
serious to tell you.
Yeah, I was at church and they were like, yeah, bro, you look fucking, you look
That's
ugly.
your first
yeah.
mistake wearing
Jesus
a hat
wept.
in church.
Okay,
Wow.
Christian, like, it's just different. Like, my version of church, you can do that stuff.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
for real.
What? That's
Yeah.
wild.
That's why I switched.
That's why he converted.
Since
So
I
you,
know
so
how.
you could wear a beanie and laugh.
Exactly.
Austin Paveo says, "Apology accepted, boys. I love y'all, and whether you like it or not, will not stop supporting y'all."
Austin, we like it that you're supporting us.
I love you, Austin.
And I love you too, Kris.
Aw.
Whoa. Hanan says again, "Every time Ryan cut into the other side of the screen, my brain exploded."
Wait, scooch over for
Yeah,
a
me
second.
too.
Oh, you just knocked the mic.
It's okay, it's like a sonic boom.
Hanan says, "Can GOOSHLEMS do a Wiggles 2.0, please?"
No.
There's not
No,
enough
because
of them.
you aren't old enough to apply.
We're not 50-year-old men.
You're right, we aren't 50-year-old white men. Well, I'm a 50-year-old
We
white
can
man,
we can be the teenage version called the Jiggles.
but- Teenage Mutant Ninja Wiggles. Oh, yo, that'd be the best show
That's
ever.
pretty good. And they're color coordinated too.
Heroes in
Guys,
a red car. Wiggle
us,
power.
Us four. We're the Wiggles.
Don't pull me into
No, we're the Wiggles. There's four. There has to be four of us.
Danielle is cool
Ethan.
but
You're
rude.
the first female wiggle.
1, 2,
No,
3.
there's already a
Danielle will be the
Wiggle.
second
Oh,
female
damn.
wiggle.
Yeah. So they need to have one female Wiggle now because they have because they can't go back. Why would they go back? Why would they go back to
I mean,
four
like-
men?
That's not progress.
But weren't they
Yeah.
all white?
They were all
No,
no.
there's
They're
one of them.
three
Yeah.
three white guys and one Asian guy.
See, now we have 2 Asian guys. Wow.
Yeah, but
Progress.
then we have one Asian girl. So
Can you imagine if I get up on stage and I'm like, who's ready to wiggle?
hit or miss.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hanan says, "Poison Me Daddy was meant for Kris." SMH, Ryan.
Ew.
Faye says.
This
Like,
was
I have a girlfriend and still,
this
ew.
was a great comment to read while my girlfriend's on the podcast. Thank you.
Spanish.
Faye
Yeah,
says.
but like even I wouldn't say that. Like gross.
I read this
Oh,
and
babe,
I just saw that like.
Babe,
2
you
seconds
you
ago.
you read Spanish, right?
It'll sound better coming from you.
Yeah.
No.
Let me do it. Let me.
Yeah,
do it.
Ralph
Oh,
has to do
you're
it.
off to it.
Nino Blanco. 69. No, Nino Blanco. Blanco.
Don't wink
69.
at me.
Have you ever had the green apple rockstar? It is the best.
And I'll read out my reply. No, maybe I'll check it out.
Wow.
I like her Spanish twist on that. Nino Blanco 69. Wait, how do you say 69 in Spanish?
I'm gonna save. I'm gonna
Don't
save.
touch me.
I'm gonna skip over this next comment because I'll save it for the end.
Oh, okay.
Anaram Pay says, y'all are great. Thanks for not putting out my address. LOL. Also, how are you boys? What's going on? Got any furry stories for us?
Yes, actually.
No, we don't.
What?
Okay.
I said no.
There's
I feel like I said what?
there's a furry in my, or not a furry, but there's a person at York, I think several actually, who have admitted to having a furry fetish.
You know what? I respect furries.
You know, I also respect furries. If you're able to go out in a fursuit and just fully live that, you know what? That's more than I'm willing to do. So good.
I
on you,
actually
man.
genuinely respect furries. No hate, guys.
Also, I've heard rumors that some people actually learned they were gay from staring at the dicks of furry costumes.
It's
It's my favorite coming out story.
that's the best coming out story. Sam Kitakella says,
Oh God.
every time I ask an actual question, you guys don't actually answer it. So here's another. Which side are you guys fighting for once we go to war with the Philippines? And Anna Rampe responded, Sam, no, please. But guys, I mean, I feel like this is a me and Ralph specific question. Because
What are you talking
we're
about?
Filipino.
This was directed right at Ryan.
Because we're of the
The
Philippine.
Filipino race.
Well, so is Anna Rampe though.
Oh yeah. Well, for those of you that don't know,
We're Asian.
the president,
Not me, but like there.
Representation.
the president,
Wow. I didn't know you were Asian.
if he did like an ancestry test, like first of all, the government would have his DNA, but second of all, he could find out that
Asian.
he could be like 5% Asian.
Well, I'm like part.
Oh yeah, you're part Mongolian.
Because I'm Ukrainian, so there's a good chance I'm Mongolian.
Wow.
So Ryan is Asian. For those of you that don't know, the Filipino president. Well, Canada's been pretty shitty to the Philippines. We've been dumping our trash over there.
Our trash. That's your trash. I'm not.
The-
That's Trudeau's trash.
Sorry,
Trudeau is
the
trash.
Canadian trash has been dumped over in the Philippines, and the Philippines is they're pissed, and I'm pretty sure the president said like, yeah, we're gonna declare war on them. So
Cause fuck imperialism. But also
oh
like,
shit, I spit.
but yeah, like I don't know. I mean, we're probably gonna like be put into like internment camps. Like
Me and Ralph had this discussion when we saw this comment. Like, I'm like, yo, so we're gonna be outcasted from Canada because we're Filipino, but we're also gonna be outcasted from the Philippines because we're Canadian. So
I don't know.
The answer is Australia.
so basically, we're gonna have to escape to Singapore,
My
your
hometown.
home country.
But then you have to
Your
fight in the war.
hometown.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's a city-state. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. The
Singapore
more you
is
know.
my city.
Yep.
Well, and the final 3 comments. Bridger Bear says, I did make the comment on Insta, so yeah, and thanks for getting my name out. Please tell Ethan to shout my name out. Thanks, keep up your good work. And then Bridger Bear said, just being a nice person, I say that you guys do your hardest for these vids and get those subs as well. And stay cool.
Okay.
Who are you?
So
They're
okay.
being nice.
I know,
Why
but
are
who
so
are you?
aggressive?
So
Thank you for your
Also, they're lying
support.
to you. You're not cool.
Bridger
I'm
Bear.
just kidding. You're
Big.
not cool.
I'm a big fan of you, and I'm a big fan of your plankton holding flowers as a magician profile picture. That's from a great episode of SpongeBob. If you have not seen it, it's a talent show episode.
They added a profile picture.
Yes, they did.
Last week they didn't.
Okay,
have a
so
profile picture.
I said yes. I said last week that if Bridger Bear DM'd me on Instagram, I would lower the GOOSHLEMS for Trees initiative from 500 views to 100 views. He commented on
sorry.
one of my
How do you know?
pictures.
How do you know it's a he?
They commented on one of my pictures. And because I am a generous God, I have decided that that is enough.
Wait, what did they comment on?
Literally, I think the picture of, like, the gif of me doing the thing. Because Bridger Bear is a true fan and knows exactly what...
No.
Oh,
No,
so
they
the
didn't.
only people who commented on these are Austin, Danielle, and Ethan.
Yo, Mariel hasn't commented in a while. What if it's Mariel?
Whoa.
Oh.
That's a new theory.
That is a new theory. A game theory. Anyway.
Thanks for watching.
Unfortunately, we only got 77 views on last week's episode as of right now. So,
Come on, guys. We're all back together again.
unfortunately, we will not be humoring the possibility of planting a tree. And instead, we are launching our new initiative, leave our cars idling in the parking lot.
We're gonna get...
Didn't you just do like a whole? Wasn't that your culminating?
Remember that? And then I got like a sick... Okay, so the three of us and not Ralph were in a...
Yeah, because Ralph... We told Ralph.
We told Ralph
Yeah,
to switch
Ralph
in that
should've
class,
taken it.
and instead of taking this social justice class we were taking, he
Which
would
was
he would
really
literally
fun.
walk to the door
Yeah.
and be like,
Yeah.
walk away. So, this class we took, we had to do a project as our final cumulative assignment,
Ooh.
Wow, big words.
in which we had to enact social change in the world, in which all of us were like,
Yeah, and we had to like actually prove it, which like
Prove
how
that
do you
We had to
Changed
prove
the
that we
world?
changed the world.
Yeah, and like show like data to support it. Like,
dude, to be
how do you
honest,
do
if
that?
Ralph had done that, he would have just like fucking stopped racism or some shit.
I'm that powerful. They just wouldn't let me in that class.
You know that tweet of the dude like sitting like this, and he goes,
Looking
just heard about racism. Damn, that shit sucks. that was his social justice assignment, dude. He single-handedly stopped racism.
Dude.
So, my assignment was I was going to try to stop carbon emissions at the school, because a lot of people at our high school would drive to school. And I said we should walk to school, we should bike to school, we should take public transit, and
You did none of the above.
I did none of those things. I drove to school every day. That's besides the point. I just wanted to get like a solid like 60. Got a 67. But we
Classic.
so I was supposed to gather data for 2 weeks. Gathered data for 4 days.
I think I did that too.
And I like tried like bullshitting it. And he like brought me over to the side after I submitted my shitty PowerPoint presentation. And he went, Ryan, I expected so much more of you.
Oh.
And I went,
That would make me so sad.
and I went, what did I get, sir? And like I was like emotional because I thought he said I failed. And he was like, 68. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, peace out, sir.
See, I
and then
actually
I-
really liked and respected that teacher, so if he
Me
said
too.
that
So did
to
I.
me, like
No,
I would
he-
have been so sad.
He was a good dude. But to be fair, he wanted social change in 2 weeks. That was a very
Okay, yeah,
short.
but
have
that's
a
like
vi-
the assignment. Like I don't
yeah,
think that was
it's not
him.
really him.
Yeah.
I have a vivid memory of me and you on our spare, because we had the same spare that
Yeah.
semester, of the two of us sitting in like the cafeteria being like, I have no idea what we're gonna do for this.
Yeah, I did social media, which also was not successful. Luckily, he was like,
How can
as long
stop
as you
people from
show.
using social media? Whoever is listening to this,
remember
you're
that.
using social media.
No, you like asked like everybody in the lock
Yeah,
chat
okay,
to, like,
it was
send
so
you-
stressful because like the only way I could find like stats was from like the settings, but like at that point it wasn't like screen time, like you know how that's like a
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
now.
But
That
it was the
wasn't a
settings for
thing.
only iPhone users, though.
Yeah, so I could only look at the stats for iPhone users, which luckily a lot of people had iPhones, so
Right.
like that wasn't a problem. But people were embarrassed because their time was like a lot.
It's like
and they're
3
like,
hours.
honestly, I don't want to send it to you. And I'm like, trust me, mine's bad too. And they're like, no, you don't understand. But
No, you don't understand.
Mine
I spent
actually
24 hours on Instagram yesterday.
someone spent like
12 hours?
someone I think spent I don't remember how much. I think it was like 22 hours on like YouTube or Netflix or something.
Jeez.
And I was like,
They were
that's
probably
a
watching that
lot.
Mr. Beast
That's
video
a
where he's.
lot.
they were like, "What were you watching? Something educational?" And he's just like, "It's every day, bro. It's
10
every
hours straight.
No, his bed's like counting to 1 billion.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like sitting there, just like 10,467, 10,468.
I remember skipping to the end of that, and I'm like, yo, that man looks like he's about to pass out.
Right? He's just like 909. He's like, I don't know, man. We should
There's
do a
literal
video.
videos of some people counting to, like, basically, like, what was it? Like 1 million?
I think it was like more. I think he did 1 million.
Wow.
But we did that.
Who else practiced their counting today?
We should do.
Whoa, speaking
Was that a transition?
speaking of counting, well,
Wow, you just stole my transition. Right there.
1, 2, 3.
I'm
4.
hosting today. So today, Danielle and I did our first aid training, our emergency
Yeah.
first aid. So now we
We're
can,
certified.
When I
Now
choke
we're
on something, you guys are gonna
recertified.
save me.
yeah, we can just on the back and then.
Okay. First of
Heimlich
all,
maneuver.
you don't do this. You use the heel of your hand.
Yeah,
You see, dude, look how much Danielle learned.
Yeah, you
use the heel of the
your
hand. Bam on the back of the back.
Okay.
The back of the
You
back.
gave me a bruise.
Okay, if someone's choking, like
Would you
don't
rather
think
have a
that's the
bruise
biggest
than
concern.
die?
I remember in like grade 9 first aid, that not the course today, but like the person who was giving the course was like, you know, sometimes you might have to like break a rib, like when you're doing CPR, because like you have to be like really strong,
Yeah.
right? Like, but she was like, I mean, it's better to have a broken rib than be dead,
That's
which I think is a
Some
very fair point.
Good logic.
Danielle says it's better to have a broken rib than.
That's the quote.
Quote of the year. Not even from my mouth.
Ryan says, "Leave your cars idling in the parking lot," because we didn't get 100 views on the last episode.
No.
Please don't do that. GOOSHLEMS does not support that. Ryan does not support that either. He's just trying
Did
to
you
be
see
funny.
that? Like, I was like
Failing.
I was having a pretty good
I'm
day
sorry.
at work today, and I was on break or like lunch or whatever, and I looked at my Instagram, and someone posted that like tweet that's like, "After 2030, we will have reached the point of no return, and humanity will go extinct." And I'm like, well, my day's ruined.
Yeah, Ryan. So don't leave your car idling,
Instead, get us to 100 views on
and
this
then we'll
week's
plant
episode.
trees.
Or no, we'll think about planting.
Oh, okay. We'll think about planting.
Think
trees.
about it. We will legitimately go.
I actually want to plant a tree.
I also want.
I want to plant. I
So
want to
we
plant.
might just plant a tree anyway.
We said we were gonna like vlog it, weren't we?
Yeah, that'd
Hey
be
guys, welcome out to. We're gonna
Welcome
invite.
out.
Welcome out.
We're
That's
gonna.
why I handle it. And I get to sing too.
Yeah.
You get to sing. Oh
On the
yeah,
vlogs.
yeah.
Hey guys, today we're planting trees.
You're trying to imitate auto-tune?
Auto-tune? I'm sorry, I can't. Who was that rapper that was like auto-tuning his voice at a concert that he fell off the fucking stage?
What?
That was Travis Scott.
Oh.
Where
That's
he's
so
like,
sad.
he's like, yeah, the user, yeah. it's,
That's sad.
it's pretty funny, dude.
Anyway,
Anyway, Heimlich
Okay,
maneuver.
we're not even through the comments yet.
no, we
not?
are. We're through the
Oh, we're
comments.
through the
We
comments.
did all the comments.
Oops.
No, we did all the comments.
We did all the comments.
No,
We're talking about CPR.
we're talking about
Yeah.
some CPR stuff.
So what happened?
Well, first of all, we had to get up super early because our class started at 9 in a different city.
Which actually isn't that far away.
What city was it?
Mississauga.
I thought you were gonna say Milton.
Where
Okay, that's,
where
like,
Ralph
really
where
close.
Ralph's from.
What?
That's where I'm from.
I
Technically,
think I'm the only. Wait, you were born there?
well, I wasn't born there, but that's where
He was
where
born
we
in
first
Singapore.
immigrated.
Oh, true. So you're not from there,
Singaporean
I'm not
sergeant.
from where?
Mississauga.
Well, that's where we first touched down.
And it's
I mean,
also
I was born there.
So you're like from there.
Okay, but like,
And you claim it. It's in your bio. and
Damn.
stuff, Yeah.
no.
I went to school in Mississauga.
well,
Did you know?
I did.
I have no connection
did
to
too.
Mississauga whatsoever. Well,
Me either.
it was a how many hour course? We got out at 5.
Yeah.
So
do
What
the
time do you
math.
get there?
9.
All right, okay.
So it was a 9 to
A
5
break.
course.
Obviously. Lunch.
A break, in quotations, because
Okay, no, that was a fair break. We had half an hour, but the thing is, he told us that we were gonna get out for our break at 12:30, and then it was like 12:45, and I was like, "Are we getting a break?"
I'm like, are we gonna eat lunch or are we just gonna sit here until 5 o'clock and starve?
Well, think about it. If you didn't eat, then no one would have to get the Heimlich maneuver if they choked.
But I mean, if you passed out, then they would have to deal with that.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
Gang, gang.
And then they'd come up to you, and if you were conscious, they'd ask you when the last time you ate was.
We learned a bunch of stuff, and there were.
I'm educated.
I really hope Danielle never does the Heimlich maneuver on me because she's gonna be like, "When was the last time you eaten?" And I'm gonna be like, two days ago."
So there were.
Why would you ask someone who's choking when the last time they
When
ate
was the last time you
No, it's like you ever seen that Vine that's like that old PSA like safety video, and it's like what to do if a child is choking, and it's like first ask them if they're choking, and it's like cuts to a shot of them. I'm like I keep going, and the guy going shaking him, going, "Are you choking? Are you choking?"
No, that's bad.
Kid's like turning blue.
I mean,
Willy
to be
Wonka
fair,
shit.
you are supposed to ask, like, no matter what, you're supposed to ask for consent, which is kind of crazy because, like, if someone's choking and they say no when
You
ask
can't
them
do
for
it.
help,
You
literally
can't help them. You just
them.
have to watch
Like,
them.
you have to watch, yeah. You have to
Can
watch
you
that.
imagine
That's terrible.
there was like no.
They just say no.
Okay, I don't think they say like that.
But there's a lot of interesting things that happened. One thing of note. So while we were doing while we were practicing what to do when your victim is choking.
Are you? Yeah, you're
Victim. Sorry.
You opened
No,
your mouth.
I accidentally said victim.
You're choking victim.
I'm sorry.
No, like, okay, the person.
You're casual.
You're
They're called the
patient.
casualty.
Oh.
No, it's like, that's a normal term.
Casualty
Like, you
means
don't-
Casualty
You're
means
dead.
that they're dead, though. That's why I was
Oh,
tripped
true.
out the
I mean-
entire day.
But dude,
Well,
you're
they're,
like,
like,
can you
on their
imagine
way.
being like
On their way? What?
No,
You're supposed to save them before they
okay,
get
no,
Dude,
no,
that's
no,
like-
the thing
that's
is they're
like
on
jumping
their
the
way
gun a
if
little
you
bit, dude.
don't prevent it,
That's
right?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we're here to prevent it
Prevent
so that
the
they don't
casualty.
die. Yeah,
So
exactly.
So what you're supposed to do with your casualty? So they're teaching us what to do when they're choking, right? And the instructor brought me up to be the example. So of course he told me to pretend to start choking, so I did.
And this kid held his breath.
I was like,
Not like that.
Looking actually fast.
yeah.
The person beside me was like, he's a good actor.
So
Like, no,
so he
Oh
does.
Acting.
God, stop.
So he does like the typical stuff. Well, not the typical. Well, like the first aid stuff where you
Go
wrap
to
your
a
arm.
first aid course.
Yeah, go to your
Yeah,
first
we're
aid
not a
course.
first aid.
We're not
course.
instructors, so
Yeah.
but basically
It's important. You should go.
you have to
get
press.
trained.
First, you have to like hold them by the chest and pat the.
You're just, like-
tap them on
not
the.
pat them. You do like they're called back thrusts.
No, not
ab-
back
this is
thrust.
abdominal
Please don't say
thrust.
back
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 hold.
shots.
Back hold.
That's not it.
No, that's basically you hit them on the back with the heel of
Yeah,
your
I
hand
know how to do it. I don't remember the name, but you use like the heel and you like
to try and get the
thrust
thing out,
between the shoulder blades,
right?
Oh, okay.
to, like higher up.
So you do that, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, and if that doesn't work, you have to change to this.
Well, no, you have to change, like it's like a pattern. So you do a certain number of these,
You do 5 of
Yeah.
these,
and then 5
And then-
abdominal thrusts.
5 abdominal thrusts. Keep in mind,
The
I am.
abdominal thrust sounds like a sex move.
What is wrong with you?
What's,
The abdominal thrust? I don't know, Ralph. What is it?
I don't know.
Anyway, go. Please continue about your life saving.
Keep in mind, I am very, very sensitive around my stomach.
You are. Oh boy, now I'm really into this story. Okay.
So this instructor goes down to my stomach in order to give me abdominal thrust and presses like a bit. But me being extremely ticklish, I just go.
Did you do your
No.
thing whenever
He doesn't
someone?
just go.
No,
He
no,
falls on
no. I go, and he
For the
realizes.
audience.
He realizes that I'm ticklish, and he's like, that's pretty funny. This kid's ticklish, and starts tickling me like legit.
That's a little creepy.
Okay.
Wait, who starts taking you guys zoned out?
The instructor.
Oh.
While he was
Dude,
holding
that
up.
is-
Okay, not
Instructor is like,
not
he's
intense
ticklish?
tickling. It was just like a little bit, but then he fell on the floor, and then
I literally
Wait,
like
they tickled you on purpose? Like,
so like he tickled me
because
like
he was already ticklish.
by accident
oh.
because he was trying to do the abdominal thrust to like as an example.
I don't
but
think
I like
he was trying to tickle you though.
no, he wasn't trying to tickle me, but like I was ticklish.
Yeah.
He tickled
And then
you
he was
during
like,
the
"Ah, this
abdominal
kid's
thrust."
I still.
He's like, oh, this guy's ticklish. And then he goes like,
That's kinky.
he like moves his fingers like,
I don't.
he literally did,
tickle
I'm
you.
sorry, I spit.
Rape me.
Oh my god.
I literally saw him, his fingers go like move around to tickle me.
Oh, God.
And I fall on the ground I just start laughing because I am very sensitive.
Everybody's just like staring at you.
Yeah,
Literally.
actually,
Come on.
everyone's just looking at him and trying not to laugh, and then he calls up another.
Yeah, he
person.
just calls up another person because clearly I can't be
Well,
an
I mean,
example.
if he did it again, then he would have fallen on the ground again.
Yeah.
So clearly, if I'm choking, anyone who's I sprayed into the mic. Anyone who's trying to save me while I'm choking, don't do the abdominal thrust. Actually, no, do the abdominal thrust.
Well,
Just
I
know
mean,
that.
like, you could do chest thrust.
Just know that I don't know what
sorry.
you guys are laughing
I
at.
don't either.
You'll see once you edit it.
Will I though? Will it be in frame?
I don't know why, I think it is.
He's had that shit on the screen for like 10 minutes. Every time I look over, I start fucking down.
I'm sorry, that was off topic. Alright.
Some other things. Something.
Yeah, what else happened at CPR training?
I don't know if you want to tell your story.
Okay, so I learned not to ask questions because
Oh.
after that whole
What's the
fiasco
science
happened, I asked, "What do you do if the person who's choking is bigger than you?" Because like I'm pretty small, right? And like say Kris started choking. He's okay, thank you, that's enough. We don't need to reenact again. But like it would be hard for me to do abdominal thrust on someone who's bigger than me because like I wouldn't be able to reach around them.
Right.
So I asked him, and then he was like, "Oh, we'll get to that like later." I was like, "Okay." And then later he calls me up, and I'm like, "Oh no, here we go," because I don't want to get up, you know. And then he made me do the abdominal. Well, I guess it's chest thrust, but he made me do it on him.
Not on me.
Like
On
I
the
thought it was
instru-
gonna be on Kris, cause like Kris was standing up
Yeah.
when I asked the question, so I was like, okay, he'll just be like, oh, why don't you come up and practice on him? But then he didn't do that. He made Kris sit down.
My favorite thing is just seeing him like grabbing your arm.
Well,
It's
he
like-
was gonna flip her? Like,
No, he actually like grabbed my arm and then he's like,
You press here.
he was like, you're not using the heel, and I was like, I am using the heel. I just don't want to hurt you. / I'm very weak.
Damn.
that's wild.
We also learned that oh my god. We also learned how to do chest compressions. And boy oh boy, the entire time,
Whispering things to you.
the entire time I was just thinking of that Office scene where they
Oh, yeah.
doing CPR.
And they fuck up the dummy.
And yeah, exactly. While I was pressing, counting
singing
1,
along.
2, 3, 4, I was in my head going, staying alive.
Wow, that's not what I was doing.
No, I thought when you said, I thought you were doing the big time rush thing.
Was I the only one here who was not a Big Time Rush fan when I was young?
Damn.
Or now?
Dude, I
You weren't a
played
big time fan.
Get
Okay.
No, please.
Yo, I wasn't a big time Rush fan either. I just
I would have.
I
it on
know
the
of that
background.
I know that opening thing. Also, was Big Time Rush Nickelodeon?
Yeah, I played like their fucking browser games.
Sorry,
Can
I
we?
keep yawning.
It's okay.
I'm tired. It's past my bedtime.
It's okay. Last episode Ryan kept hiccuping, so
Wait, you did?
Yeah, for like the first 15 minutes or something like that. I was hiccuping.
I don't remember this.
Danielle, you were
literally
barely paying attention.
You were in the room.
I was in the room and I watched it again later.
Damn.
Like when it was.
It's because I'm a silent hiccuper. I'm just like.
that was a good quiet hiccup there.
It was as good the second time. The first one, it was a once in a lifetime thing, folks. If you heard that, then you're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna have to keep going back.
You know what? You know I forgot to mention in the introduction.
What?
We're not in my room right now.
Oh, that's right. We're in the. Okay, so what were the locations I said that we have?
The GOOSHLEMS HQ, which is
So GOOSHLEMS HQ is Chris's room.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right. We have
What's this place then?
Or no, this is the GOOSHLEMS head office.
Yeah, this is the GOOSHLEMS head office because we have an office now, guys. Just kidding.
We bought a place.
Okay, I once looked up commercial space in our town, and it's expensive, but
We're
That
not
makes sense.
we're not profitable enough, Ryan.
Yeah.
The only profit we get is the profit of hearing you guys listening and commenting and interacting with us on this podcast. We get
Hear
that
someone listen.
we see you guys
interacting
with us.
and you make us feel like a community, but we don't get that when you're under 100 views. And
Make us plant trees.
if we don't get to 100
More.
views, I'm gonna leave my car idle in the parking lot.
Okay, stop it.
Through the teeth. Carbon emissions. Oh.
And then I will come and yell at you.
I love greenhouse gases. That was terrible. I'm so sorry, Danielle.
Ryan,
Yes.
you're canceled.
Ryan was canceled a long time ago.
Peace out, man. So
Yeah, that's where we are today. We're at the GOOSHLEMS.
speaking about peacing out, you know what peaced out this past weekend?
The MCU pieced out, or the first arc of the MCU pieced out.
Avengers Endgame.
So how we discussed we're going to talk about this is we're going to do a very brief, non-spoiler
Review.
and then we're going to say spoiler territory,
And then stop listening if you haven't watched it.
and we're going to say
If you haven't watched it, then
go watch
Go
it.
watch
It's a
it.
pretty good movie.
And then come back
yeah,
and listen to the rest of this.
exactly. Also, I feel like everyone saw it opening weekend. So if
That's
you
true.
if you didn't watch it,
We didn't.
I mean we saw it in the first few days at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
I saw it over
Sunday is the
weekend.
weekend.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you know
Oh, wait,
what?
no,
We were
Monday.
supporting Kris.
Okay, well, I didn't
Huh?
know that Chris's film was showing that night until after I had booked my tickets.
I'm
I'm
just
sorry,
kidding.
Chris.
I'm
I
just
would have
kidding.
gone too.
It's
but-
okay, Ryan. It's okay.
I'm kidding. I just had to make you feel
I
bad.
knew no. I said no,
I
but
feel bad
the
now.
reason why I didn't tell you about it. So for those of
he
you,
knew about it before.
those
but he
for those of you who fail to understand, I had a screening for my program.
My short film.
So Silent Treatment, which is a film that I made for school, showed at this screening for first year university students, and as soon as I found out the date, I was like, oh, that's the Endgame premiere. Well, I won't tell Ryan about it because he's gonna.
because you knew I would get pre-screening
Yeah.
tickets? Aww. That's
So-
friendship right.
Sacrifice.
Thank you, man.
Truly.
But also, to be fair, I've seen Silent Treatment 40 times.
Wow.
That's one of the best things you've made too. Please,
I
please,
agree.
please
It's so
go
good.
watch that. It's on the channel. It's
It's
legitimately
like a
good.
minute long. It's
I
pretty-
It's short and
told
sweet.
you-
That's why it's really good.
Okay, Kris was like, I don't know if any of my films are gonna get screened, and I'm like, I know.
Real dude, come on.
We made 2 films. I had I forfeited my second film because we handed it in late.
Oh yeah.
So the only chance I had at making into that screening was Silent Treatment, and it made it in. So,
It's a good flick, dude.
wow, thank you.
Good flick, dude.
But you know what else was a good flick? Avengers Endgame.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Ferdinand.
Ferdinand the John Cena bull movie.
Dude, I remember when we saw the trailer for that the first time in the theater, and we were like, "What's this stupid ass bull movie? This is never gonna be good." Starring John Cena, and we
Yeah.
were like, "We all have to see this," and then we didn't.
I don't wonder if anyone saw it. But basically, we all saw Avengers Endgame. and it's quite interesting. In fact, we have completely different approaches to this film, starting
Yeah.
Show 'em
from
the scale.
like the scale, literally.
The scale is like, woo!
So Danielle knows little,
Nothing.
next to nothing about the MCU.
Yeah, basically what we did is I don't like watching movies without knowing anything, but it just so happens that unfortunately Avengers wasn't part of my childhood, so I didn't grow up like watching the movies, so I had no idea what was happening.
Did you watch one of those like MCU recapped in
No.
15-minute
No,
videos?
I didn't. I watched the Chris's edition of that.
Oh.
I made my
Chris's
own
edition.
recap. I
Wait,
just
what?
Yeah, basically
Did you
we
film
watched
yourself?
no. I
so
literally
cute.
we
Oh,
watched
that'd be fun.
clips
Oh, yeah.
from
fair
different movies, and I explained to her what was happening. Like
well,
what
no,
had happened.
okay, we watched the first movie.
We
and
watched the first movie.
I
in full.
saw Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That's good.
We saw
like, in
we saw
theaters.
Ant-Man though.
Oh, yeah, we
before
saw
we saw
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and
Yeah.
the Wasp, we saw
And
Ant-Man in
Ant-Man.
theaters.
Both Ant-Man movies
So-
are pretty dope, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
so I saw both those, but that was like a while ago, so I don't really remember that much. But we
So-
watched the first movie, and then we watched Infinity War.
Yeah.
And then, like,
We watched Infinity War
okay,
literally.
the clips you showed me were, like, not helpful. Like, one was just a joke.
What joke?
You're like,
was
I
it?
just find this funny.
What joke?
Oh, it was the Thor's hammer thing from Age of Ultron.
What was that?
But
that scene,
that paid
that
off.
scene,
It paid
no,
off.
that's
Okay,
a
yeah, but I-
shh. That scene
true.
is one of the best. I think that's arguably the best MCU scene. Them trying to lift the hammer is so well done, and that's like the best scene in that movie.
Yeah.
I watched that scene.
Also,
I didn't
there
watch the
are.
rest of the
It's a
movie.
Joss Whedon movie with no gratuitous ass shots in that scene.
Oh yeah, in that scene specifically.
In that scene
the rest of the
specifically,
movie,
there's tons.
Yeah, in the rest of the movie, the thing is, like in the first Avengers movie, like it's not like Joss Whedon, like he wasn't that bad. Like it was pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Age of Ultron's where it gets.
Yeah. The first Avengers movie is the least Joss Whedon of the Avengers movies.
Joss Whedon, the way he,
The levels are showing now.
the way he portrays.
We've talked about him. on
Yeah, the way he
Wait,
portrays
I'm bad with
women.
actors. Who's that?
Joss Whedon is
Oh,
the director
oh, okay,
of the
oh.
first
God damn.
of the first Avengers movie.
I'm
Hey,
joking.
I
I'm
pretend to be a fan.
I'm joking.
I would argue
All
it's
these Avengers fans are gonna come and be like, I hate Danielle. Fake fan.
it's not
I'm not
like
a fake fan.
it's not a misogynistic viewpoint like per se.
It's like a male gaze.
It's a very old style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
That doesn't really have a place anymore. So
Is Ryan
that's
defending this?
no.
Yeah,
I'm
why
just
don't you-
I'm just
Are we gonna?
I'm just saying it's not right. I'm just saying he's not like doing it in the expressed like intention
Yeah.
to be like no.
He's not
It's
like a
just-
mustache
Like,
twirling
oh,
sexist.
Right, when
Okay, but
it's just
like,
like
a lot of
early
people
early
are
cinema,
problematic.
that's what it was, and he's never evolved past that.
But I mean, you could also say that about like all the problematic people
That's true too.
that exist. So I don't think that that's an excuse at all.
That's true. I'm just trying to like attempt to explain why his stuff is so like gratuitous because it's very like
Specifically, Age of Ultron and
Certain
and
scenes in Justice
League. But yeah, so we got different levels. We got Danielle who knows next to nothing about the MCU
I
besides
think we can say nothing.
watching. You watched the Avengers.
Yeah, I got a bit of context, which actually
In
helped
full.
me out. Like I understood things
Yeah,
more
And-
than I thought.
and you watched Avengers Infinity War
Yeah.
almost in full.
No, I watched the whole thing.
Oh wait, really?
Uh-huh.
You did? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, no, actually I skipped like 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's all I skipped though.
'Kay.
Because
We watched Avengers Infinity War
Chris
literally
texted that
right
you guys
before.
were on your way to pick me
Oh,
up, and I
right,
was like,
right, right.
yikes, I'm not done, and so I skipped a little bit.
Literally right before
Yeah.
we went to go see Endgame.
Yeah, we were watching Infinity.
And then we have Ralph, who I've seen Marvel movies with him since we were young.
Bad.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more casual.
it's
I
fine.
like know some stuff, but I'm not like at these guys' level. Like I'm like the sandwich. Like I'm the filling in between their like top bun and the
Like
lower
he doesn't know you
Yeah.
don't know nothing, but like
I know a little 1-2.
yeah.
But, you know, not as much as these
Don't
guys.
say two, because then I just think of our first aid instructor going, 32, 32, 32. That's how you do CPR.
Oh, and then you breathe into their mouth.
2.
You just breathe right into my face.
I felt the life reinvigorating
Well,
me.
thank you. I just saved your life. Then we have me, who I actually I haven't watched all the Marvel movies. I've watched most of them.
Fake fan.
Whoa, I'm sorry, but like I do follow them quite a bit, and like I basically know pretty much almost everything that happens, but not to the extent that our boy Ryan Tocheri does.
Yeah.
Ryan reads the comic books. Ryan reads the fan theories, and he pays extra, or not all the time extra, but I go to the pre-screenings the day before the movies come out because I want to avoid the spoilers. So, yeah, I like the movies. I see them all with my dad, and I remember him taking me to see the first Iron Man when I was 8 years old on a rainy day. And last week we saw Endgame together, and that was a really cool experience, dude.
Wow, that's really.
Did you
cute.
go with your dad?
No.
His poor dad wanted to go.
My dad was like, oh, I want to.
And, like-
I want to see Endgame.
Like wanted
Is he just
to
gonna
come
watch
with
him as
us,
Roku?
like, so we could see it. And then his mom was like, "No, don't go with them."
What?
Was
And
it?
I was like, "That's so sad."
We
Like,
would have welcomed him.
yeah.
You're welcome to my dad.
Also, I'm sorry for looking at Chris's laptop and smiling. I just saw like in the recommended it said Phineas and Ferb's Holistic Universe. I'm like, pardon?
Holistic universe?
Yeah.
What?
Quentin
Like, what?
reviews.
Oprah.
It's recommended for me apparently.
Yeah, that's,
Quentin reviews.
that's what I was
Um,
laughing at.
So, what's our non-spoilery thoughts? What did you guys think?
I don't know how to non-spoiler this.
Yeah,
thing.
well, I'm just gonna give my general opinion. I liked it. It's not my favorite Marvel movie. I think it was more of a spectacle than like a really good movie. If that makes sense.
What do you mean by that?
Well, like I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's the best one, but I think it was the most exciting, and it was obviously the biggest one. And for that, as a fan, it was really awesome to see. I just think as like a film, it's not the best Marvel movie. Damn good movie though, really good movie. Just
It's fair. Let's move. Let's get your opinion, Ralph.
I don't know how to non-spoiler it though. Okay, I guess just like general
Yeah,
feelings.
just general
Did you like
feeling
it?
thoughts.
I did like it. Like you, it just wasn't my favorite
Yeah.
Marvel movie.
I really enjoyed it. I loved it.
As a fan, like as a casual fan, I loved it. I thought it was pretty good closure, like for like the whole MCU. And yeah, I just left pretty satisfied and stuff. I liked it. Bottom line.
Well, I feel like I need to see it a second time
I also feel like I should
to really form my opinion, and I also feel like since I just saw it yesterday, I feel like I'm
Oh,
I'm
that was only yesterday.
yeah.
Was
it
that
only-
actually only yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Whoa.
I didn't
It's
do
weirder
anything.
for me because I
first
saw it
day
last
train really
week.
aged me.
So I've had it.
You've had a couple
I've
days.
sat on it a longer time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
fair.
I seen yesterday and like
All three of us.
what?
I said
Oh,
all
yeah.
three of us did.
Ralph, Danielle, and I saw it yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. Today we're recording Tuesday. Even though this is coming out Friday, or if you're listening, it's
Whenever.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really, really loved it. And the thing is, like, I think I approached it instead of like you, I kind of like took away all my like film. My film, like,
I kind of did too, but then it came back when I was like
When you sat
at
on it?
home, and I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, my training." 'Cause if you go to film school, they hammer that shit into
Yeah.
you, dude. You gotta be critical as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And you watch some movies that you loved before, and you're like, "Oh no." Yeah, it's pretty intense.
I think I straight up just put away my film knowledge and just sat back and just watched the movie just purely as an audience member, and I friggin' loved every single moment. And there is
That's a bold statement.
yeah, it is
Every single moment.
yeah, and like there's a lot of like there were a lot of reviews that I saw that said like how it's a bit like a bit slow at the beginning.
I don't
I didn't
agree with that.
I didn't agree with those at all because like I don't know.
You want to?
I guess just as a fan and knowing a bunch of stuff about it, like obviously I have a completely different take, and just knowing a bunch of stuff about it, like changes my view on it, and it's like it makes it like that much better for me. So, I do acknowledge that, but as a non MCU person.
Okay, honestly, I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, I actually liked it, which surprises me because I didn't know anything. And, like, okay, you know how I said I'm not a fake fan?
Mm-hmm. You're a fake fan?
No, I'm not a fake fan. The reason why I went was because, like, of this guy.
Oh.
Aww.
Because
Yay.
of this boy.
Aww.
Because
He wanted me to come.
Because I made her go.
Yeah, because he made me come. He made me watch the
Edit in,
movies
like, a
before,
heart.
too. But yeah, so that's why I went. But, like, since I actually had a bit more knowledge before, is like better. Because in the past, I've seen, like, a couple superhero movies and, like, stuff like that.
What have
and
you
like,
seen? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember because I say this to everyone. They all look the same. Because, like, I never have any context for any of the movies. And if you watch it without knowing anything, you're like, it's just a bunch of, like, dudes fighting.
Yeah, honestly.
Like,
Pew 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 pew.
and it's like, it cuts between different scenes of different people fighting. And I'm like, I don't, just not into that. But, like, this time I understood why they were fighting, you know? And it made it a lot more interesting. That makes me sound really stupid, but, like,
No.
oh well.
I'm very happy you enjoyed it. Yay.
Go see it.
Everyone.
Yeah, I think it was really good. But if you're like me and didn't know anything, then, like, do yourself a favor.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
should-
because, like, you should know stuff.
If-
like, even if it's, like, bare minimum, like me.
If you do know the context and like know if you know all the movies, like I don't know all the movies and I couldn't appreciate one scene one part as much, and I'll talk about that in the spoiler part of this podcast. But if you watched all the movies, then like you appreciate everything so much more because everything is so like how I felt everything was so perfectly placed for like people, like it was like a present.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that I felt like guilty. Not okay. Guilty isn't like the word. There's like a fly on you.
What?
There's like a little flea, and I just wanna like
Where, here?
yeah. Oh,
You
it's
just-
crawling.
Is it
What
gone?
if there is nothing and I just
Dude,
said
that was Ant-Man.
He's gonna grow.
Yo, it's gonna grow.
No, it's gone.
Never mind.
He's gonna go in Ralph's ass, dude. Oh, we
Wait,
can't
what?
talk about that because we aren't in the spoiler section yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
We can't talk about how Ant-Man goes into Thanos'
Thanos'
ass.
ass.
yeah.
What
Guys,
was I saying?
don't spoil it. You were talking.
Oh, okay. I felt sorry
Guilty,
for interrupting
guilt,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know whether guilt's the right word for it, but I felt bad because I couldn't connect the characters as much because I felt like everyone else, like there was this girl who's sitting beside Kris, like this random girl, and she was like
She was.
literally
She's
on,
like
the,
on
edge
the edge
of her seat.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like
We'll talk
you're
about
really
it more
into
in the
this.
spoiler section, but there were people fucking sobbing next to me, dude.
Okay,
Like full
but, like,
sobs, dude.
The thing is, I think I gotta give them props. I don't know if it's just because I'm really emotional, because like I am really emotional and I cry at like almost every movie.
So am I.
But no, you're more emotional than I am when it comes to that stuff.
True.
But but like I cried.
Like I understand that, dude. I got like choked up in a few moments. It's just because like we've like it's like I said, man. It's been over 10 years since that first movie
Yeah,
came
but,
out.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like
And the
props
fact
to
that
them because I
for-
didn't watch it.
Exactly. For people
Yeah.
like you that are still able to get like into the story
Yeah.
and shit, that's like expert.
That's
Yeah,
like a
like
huge.
that's really good.
That's a huge feat in terms of storytelling. The fact that they can have people who like haven't even seen most of the other ones still appreciate this.
emotional.
Yeah,
Well, because
and
they
get
were
emotional.
just like really human moments.
Yeah.
And like that sounds really like cheesy
But the
and
thing is,
gross,
like,
but like that's
that's-
the best way
Yeah,
I
it's
can
a
phrase
perfect way
it.
to
You
That's
know?
what
like,
makes
if you've
us-
seen it, you know exactly what I'm referring to.
That's what makes a superhero movie good, though.
Yeah.
If you make the superhero human,
Yeah, that's the best thing. Like there are some movies.
There's like some psychology behind that.
Well,
Yeah.
no, like it even goes to like the basic levels of filmmaking, man. If you don't have any sort of connection to a character, who gives a shit?
Yeah, but
Like,
also people are actually more attracted to. It's weird. There's like this study. Okay, I'm getting really nerdy here. There was this like this study that was done, and it showed that people are more attractive to people who make mistakes.
Yeah, like
So like
flawed
if someone
people.
is completely perfect, they're less attractive than someone who's like almost perfect but makes like one or two mistakes. You know?
Dude, I fuck
Just
up all
weird.
the time, dude.
That's why you're so fucking hot. Oh my god.
You should just leave them alone.
Alone with our picture of Sonic and fucking shit.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
That's my favorite picture.
So
Wait, he's gonna
I think we talked a good amount of
That's my, can you DM that to me?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
we talked a good amount of non-spoilery stuff. So
We're gonna count down from
Oh
like.
geez, also we probably don't have that much time left.
we don't. It's okay.
What's the time at?
We're almost at an hour, but
Okay, so
Okay.
whatever. We can go like slightly over. This is a special occasion. So we're gonna say like give a few seconds of dead air just to give you a chance. If you have not seen the film, we're gonna give you a few minutes to.
Not minutes, seconds.
Seconds.
Hurry up.
Yeah. And then in the
Please.
in the description, either on Spotify or in the description of the video, we'll tell you the time code to
skip
to
to,
the-
which will probably be at the end of the podcast.
Pretty
anyways.
close to the end.
So
Yeah.
like if you haven't seen Endgame, just go watch it and then
Finish the rest.
finish the rest of this podcast because we're just going to be talking about that for the rest of
Okay.
this.
I'm gonna count down from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. Iron Man fucking dies.
Thanos gets his head fucking chopped off.
And I was like, dude, I was like fucking sitting there, and I was like, they killed Thanos in the first 6 minutes, and I was like, holy shit, and his ass is intact. And
Okay, but like even though I didn't know what was I didn't know what was happening. Sorry, this just like
were you just like, why are they so mad at Barney?
okay, no, like I I watched Infinity War, so I had a bit of context. But like even I was like, I don't trust that. Like he's gonna come back.
Yeah, right.
Like I didn't think he was
But
gone.
he didn't come back like that
Okay,
version of him.
I mean like
didn't
that
come
that's
version
true.
of him didn't come back, but like he was still there.
Okay,
Yeah.
we need to talk about the time travel thing, man. Okay, so first of all, the whole time heist concept is fucking awesome. That's a great way to tie it back into the earlier movies and almost poke fun at the earlier movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole like,
Captain
dude,
America.
that Captain America scene where he's
Oh
like, I
my
can
God.
do this all day, and he's like, yeah. That was the best shit I've ever seen. The whole like that whole sequence where they go back to the first Avengers movie.
And they see like their past
Dude,
selves.
Yeah, that's a great like walk down memory road
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, I
And it
got
was-
like chills when they did the circle shot again. They showed the stock
Oh, yeah.
footage. I haven't seen that on the big screen since I was 12, dude. And that was like, I remember seeing that and being like, oh my god. And then I saw it again and I'm like,
Those
Yeah,
moments
but-
were perfect because we had just watched like the Avengers
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
the day
we did.
before, so I was like, yes, she understands.
Okay, the thing is, I also think it wasn't just like, oh, that's cute. Like it actually had to do with the plot. Like it was
It did.
done in a very like clever way.
they
Yeah.
tied it back in a really smart way. The whole idea, and then they explained the time travel concept was good in a lot of parts. Going down the line now, you're gonna be like, but
Yeah, a lot of the stuff won't make sense.
aside from the fact that someone on Reddit pointed out something really glaring I didn't think about, where someone was like, there's a functioning time machine in the MCU now, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
nothing.
Oh,
There's like,
fuck.
is there like no stakes because they can
Yeah,
now
they just
and
go
literally
back and
anything
fix shit.
happens and they just go back. But besides that,
Iron Man fucking dies, dude. That was the biggest. Okay,
it was something we all saw coming. Though.
we knew it was either he or Cap was gonna die. 100% it was either he or Cap.
Did
He's
you?
gonna die
Someone's gotta die.
soon. He's
I didn't I didn't expect Black Widow to die.
That's what I didn't expect. I was like, did you expect Iron Man to die at the end of that movie?
Although
No, but also like I didn't have context. like,
cardinal,
that much,
it's
right?
like cardinal film rules. As soon as you give someone a family, they're gonna fucking die.
Oh,
There's a
the
shot in
daughter.
Age of Ultron where Hawkeye's looking at a photo of his family before the final battle, and me and my dad are like, he's fucked. And then he survives.
He almost dies.
He almost dies. He's about to die, and he gets saved the last second.
And he didn't see that coming.
Wow.
Dude, okay, I gotta go on a tangent about this. Aaron Taylor Johnson plays Quicksilver in that movie, and Elizabeth Olsen plays Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron. They're siblings in that movie. The year before, in the American Godzilla movie, they played husband and wife. And that shit was bizarre as fuck.
That's always so weird
That's
when
like,
actors play like
What are their names? I'm so
Shailene
bad.
Woodley
Yeah, thanks.
and Miles Teller.
No, it's not Miles Teller.
It's not Miles Teller.
No, it's the other guy.
Oh wait, Augustus
Baby
Augustus
Driver guy.
Water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like what? Yeah.
no, it's
You're thinking
Yeah.
of Mr. Fantastic, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his name? Oh no,
You said his character's name.
I forget his name.
But you know.
Talented
whoever
dude.
Augustus Waters was.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Anyway, continue on your...
Ansel Elgort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I didn't even have to Google it.
Wow.
Was that Ansel Elgort? Wait.
That was Ansel
yeah.
Elgort.
Yeah.
Baby Driver.
Remember
Yes.
in like Divergent,
Okay.
they were siblings.
They were
Yes.
siblings.
And then
Oh.
in The Fault in Our Stars,
That's
they were like in love.
We shouldn't do that. Although in the comics, in one of the universes of the comics, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch had like a Game of Thrones style relation. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, they tried.
I
Marvel
haven't
tried going
watched-
edgy in the
Yeah.
mid 2000s,
That
and yeah, it's kind of fucked. Anyway, I thought he was gonna show up.
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Honestly, he should have.
I think that
Did you
would have
say he was
been.
dead?
Yeah, he was dead, but they could
Young
have like
Machine Guns in the
revisited that.
second-
Oh yeah.
Especially
that, like,
because I feel like it would have fit more if Wanda was still alive. If Wanda didn't get
Yeah, that's fair enough.
snapped.
That's fair enough.
Like if they
Was
went
Wanda's
back.
Sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
See what I mean? I know nothing.
Hey, it's all
What
good.
it is, to be honest.
I'm really happy Paul Rudd was a large part of the plot. I think
Ant-Man.
I think the two Ant-Man movies are
Translation.
probably two of the most underrated MCU movies. I think they work so well in that weird little bubble that they exist in.
Mm-hmm.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp is like really fucking funny, dude. Like that there was some good shit in that movie. And I completely changed my opinion on that movie recently, where I always really liked it, but I didn't like the villain. And then I thought about it afterwards. I thought it was kind of ingenious how there is no villain in that movie. It's just kind of like two parties that are trying to
Yeah.
anyway, Paul Rudd's really fucking good in that movie, dude.
I was so shook. I'm like,
I got,
yo,
like-
this is the man from like
40-year-old virgin
Yeah.
and Anchorman, and here he is literally making me tear up when he sees his kid for the first time.
and she's like 5 years older.
Oh, also
Yeah,
fuck the actress from the first two Ant-Man movies,
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, oh, is she out of a job now?
Dude, that's like one of the best child actors I've seen in a long time, dude. She was good at her job, man. Now they're just like, bye.
Bye, we're replacing. Okay, wait.
We're replacing
How
you
old
with
was
thir-
she in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Bro, she was young as shit.
I don't know. I
She
think
looked hella young, and now she looks hella
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, right? It's been 5 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
I think they were probably aiming for her to be like 12 or something.
She did not look.
Yeah, she's
Now she's like 17, 18 maybe.
Oh, okay, but that's weird.
I thought he would be happier to see Wasp at the end.
Yeah, I
She just
feel
kind of pops up next to him and he's like,
right.
He's like, wow. Also, you know what I really enjoyed actually?
what?
When the Hulk snapped his fingers and brought everyone back, they didn't have like a moment where it showed everyone fading back in. How it was just like
Oh yeah, it was just Velma calling.
yeah,
Hawkeye.
And like the birds were chirping and shit.
yeah, it's just the birds chirping and then like the
A
phone calling. I
really
thought
small change was that that conference room that was directly outside that Ant-Man walks out into. I don't think that was there in the previous shot.
oh really?
Anyway.
Chair creeps.
That whole, I don't know, I thought the plot was really good. The lead up to the final battle, I thought was really good. It kind of bugs me that that's like earlier Thanos, who's just like fighting these people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that kind of bugs me too. I feel
He
like
doesn't know
he
any of these.
doesn't have any connection with them.
Yeah,
like
there
the
wasn't any-
present day Thanos did have a connection.
There's a literal line where he's fighting. First of all, there's a really badass moment where Scarlet Witch like loses her shit on Thanos, and he like literally calls in like an aerial bombardment
Yeah.
to get her off of him, and she says like, "You've taken away everything from me," because he killed Vision in
Yeah,
Infinity
and he
War,
has
and he
no
just
idea.
goes, "I don't even know who you are." Because dude, Vision dying in Infinity War is like that was like the death that like hurt me the most, dude. Because like she literally lost everything in that moment, and the worst thing is you think they won at that. Infinity War, I think, is the best Avengers movie. Just because it was able to balance all the stories perfectly, and I think it hit the emotional beats really well.
It's also really good if you have no idea what's happening to like.
Them killing, her being forced to kill her, like,
Her loved one.
yeah, kill Vision, and then him immediately bringing him back and
Oh
then
my
killing him
gosh.
again.
That was like too much for me.
That was like
was
such a.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember that. I was asleep during that part.
He time stoned him back to life and ripped the stone out of his fucking head.
And then he just...
That's fucked up.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a.
It was wild.
Anyway, like if that was like non 2014 Thanos, that dude, he would have been scared shitless.
Yeah.
Cause he's just like, who's this red haired lady getting like fucking angry? He would have been like, oh shit, I murdered her husband. Okay.
You know what I really appreciated? Nebula got a lot of screen time for
Yeah.
someone who was barely in the other movies.
Nebula had a really good arc, and I appreciate that because I think Nebula. First of all, like, I always find it funny. Like, what's Karen
Gillian, yeah.
Fucking dude. Apparently, from everything I've heard, she's like the most stand-up person on the planet, and she's super fucking talented. And she was always given like this bit like sidekick villain role. And you see how, like, her relationship has evolved over the movies, where she was just a straight villain in the first Guardians. Second Guardians, she's, like kind of comes around.
She's
to
a
them.
villain, but kind of, like...
At the end, she's kind of, like, in this gray area,
Yeah.
where she...
No, I have hiccups now.
It's contagious.
But, and then, you see in this one, she's, like, fucked up, dude. Because she lost everyone again.
Yeah.
And, like, I think they should have... They should have had a scene where Rocket reunites with Groot, dude.
Oh, I was kind of... Dude, I was kind of mad that Groot never said, I am Groot, during the final battle.
Dude, I thought it was someone said they...
At the
Did he?
end,
I'm pretty
He
sure
said it at the
did.
end.
Well, yeah, like that
but
was
not during the
Okay,
final
yeah,
battle.
that was like...
during the Asgardians.
Okay, well, to talk about the final battle first, I knew, obviously everyone's gonna show up, right? That got snapped.
So epic.
Dude, my fucking heart, when I heard, like, Anthony Mackie slowly coming in, I'm like, no fucking way, dude. And then he said, on your left, and I was like, the fucking portal opens, and dude, they fucking made way for Wakanda, dude.
Literally.
They literally brought fucking Wakanda into the country. Did you see
Yeah,
that
they
shit?
literally...
They literally made way for
Wakanda.
Wakanda, dude.
Okay, but like I gotta say, they could have made this like really like cheesy and
They could have.
terrible
Yeah.
with the whole like time thing. Like that could be really bad. But I think that the way they did it was actually good. Which
Yeah,
I
maybe.
gotta give them props for that because that's hard to do, especially
Dude,
because it's been done so
I'm
many
starting
times.
to tear up. Because I just remembered the thing. Dude, I didn't even watch Thor the Dark World, but when Thor reunited with his mom...
Yeah, dude. You always
Okay,
like...
yeah,
she was gonna
I
die
cried.
that day too.
I
like,
cried then.
fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Why
She
that's why I
gets-
looked over. That's why I
she
started
gets
crying.
fucking-
That's
she
why I'm
literally gets-
tearing right now, because I remember you crying at that part.
Aww.
I actually cried.
Dude, she literally gets backstabbed in that movie, bro. There was like, shank! And then, yeah.
Damn.
Thor the Dark World, I've actually never seen Thor the Dark World. That's the only MCU movie I've never seen because
I cried, guys. I'm crying.
dude, you cry when he sees his mom almost die in a movie you've never seen.
I know.
You-
Dude.
I mean,
Dude.
to be fair, I cried then too.
Dude, I fucking cried when Ant-Man went up Thanos' ass.
That's when I cried.
No, but dude,
Spoiler.
that shot of everyone fucking standing together, that was like the culmination of my childhood, dude.
Yeah.
Because I watched all these movies since I was 8 years old, and then they're all together, dude. I waited, okay, man, I've never gotten, like, chills like this in a flick. Dude, whatever. Danielle. I waited since I was not 8 years old to hear Captain America say fucking Avengers Assemble. And when he said it, oh, you know, dude, fuck Avengers Assemble. I waited how long to see him pick up fucking Mjolnir?
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
When he
hammer.
picked up the
Hammer.
hammer.
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
wild.
That's the importance of,
So
of that.
it's funny because I showed Danielle the clip just because like I was like, oh, this scene's funny, and then it ended up being
came back.
yeah.
Well, because there's always been a fan theory since that
You're
movie
just
came
happy
out.
that it was relevant.
There's always been a fan theory since Age of Ultron came out that Cap 100% could have picked it up, but he didn't want to like embarrass Thor or
Yeah,
something.
that's yeah. which is 100% understandable.
The other theory I don't like as much is that he wasn't worthy because he was hiding the truth about Tony's parents getting killed by Bucky, and I thought that was fucking stupid. But
Okay, that's
I don't know. It's like whatever. But like honestly, dude, like that, like him. Everyone thought it was like Thor doing like some freaky deaky like Mjolnir shit, like to knock him off. When that shit flew back and he caught it, I was like, this must be what fucking drugs feel like. This is like holy shit.
And then they kept like they transferred with
Like Stormbreaker
Yeah.
and Mjolnir, and then like he was like, you can have the little one, and like, that was funny as shit, dude. That was a good dude.
My favorite thing is in Age of Ultron, you see Thor's face drop when Captain America almost
That's so good.
picks up the hammer.
And it's like not super noticeable. He just goes,
Yeah, but in this movie, like Thor is so like broken already that when Captain America picks up the hammer, he's like so happy, and I thought that was like really good for his character.
well, because it shows the okay. Again, I think the best thing that happened to Thor was fucking Taika Waititi, dude.
Also, Taika Waititi was in this.
That was my favorite cameo, dude. As soon as I hear, hey guys, I was like, no.
Speaking another language, and I'm studying languages.
Right?
Taika Waititi is a director-actor. He directed the third Thor movie,
He's a legend.
and he also played one of the characters, and his character was in Endgame.
Korg, the
he
Rock
was
dude?
he was playing
Fortnite?
He was playing Fortnite.
Oh.
He was the
okay.
big rock dude playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my.
Okay. Speaking of Fortnite and Hulk going.
Dude, that was like an out of body experience seeing Hulk dab, dude.
Oh wait, what did you think about the Hulk in this movie?
Dude, that like humanoid fucking.
Yeah,
Really
no,
weird.
that's from it's from the comics.
Yeah,
Professor Hulk.
That was.
Yeah, Professor Hulk.
They
I
should have called him that.
I thought it was good. I think they should have. Okay,
I think they should have built up like
they should give Ruffalo a fucking movie, dude. Honestly.
They should have shown what happened to him instead of just cutting to 5 years later and he's suddenly like that.
Because
Yeah.
they refused to give Mark Ruffalo a fucking solo Hulk movie because Edward Norton. Okay, there was a solo Hulk movie. It was The Incredible Hulk. I think it's all right. A lot of people don't like it. It's the only MCU movie that was filmed in our era because it was filmed in Toronto.
Yeah, and it was filmed and it released a couple months after Iron Man, the first.
Yeah. That was a really. It existed in a weird gray area in the continuity because it was co-owned by.
It's Universal, right?
It's
Universal.
And basically the idea was if Iron Man failed, then it would act as a pseudo sequel to the Ang Lee Hulk movie from 2003.
Huh? That's weird.
I think I've heard that before. So like that like I don't know. There have been callbacks to it. Like have you seen The Incredible Hulk?
I did, but like I don't remember anything about
The ending of the movie is the Abomination fights Hulk in Harlem. And they rip up Harlem. And there's a reference to that
In the Avengers.
In the
I was
Avengers.
gonna say I remember.
Where he says, last time I was in Harlem, I like tore a hole in the street
Yeah.
or something.
I also look like Edward Norton.
Yeah. There's everyone.
No, why would he say that?
One of the worst. Actually, no, a lot of people talk about that too. That's probably one of the worst. Just like the discontinuity
Yeah, I'm
between
confused too.
the MCU TV shows and the movies. Luke Cage takes place in Harlem, and no one once goes, remember that time Hulk fucked up the street?
Yeah, I know. But they always reference the friggin' Battle of New York.
consistently.
Yeah.
And they never mention the time two Hulks fought in the street and one choked the other out with like a giant chain.
I mean, that's easily forgettable.
Fun fact, if you want to get some Canadian film history, Incredible Hulk pissed off the entire city of Toronto because that was filmed on Yonge Street, Yonge and Dundas, I think.
Yikes.
A fucking major ass roadway.
That's
and
like the biggest road.
They closed it down, and everyone in Toronto was like, "The fuck is this shit?" Because so they could film literally two CGI monsters fighting in a street. And then there's a scene in that movie where we're talking about Incredible Hulk instead of Endgame. There's a scene where Hulk goes Edward Norton as Bruce Banner goes to Columbia University, which in the comics is a major location for the Marvel Universe. And they filmed it at U of T. It is very obviously U of T. Dude, I can take you to the exact spot where Hulk fights the tank.
And it's U of T.
Because you can
And
see
you don't
it from
even
the
go
street.
there.
I don't even go there. None of us go to U of T.
No, none of it.
There's, I think they should have. How do we get on the?
We were talking about Professor Hulk.
Yeah, in that movie, there's a major theme in that first movie that he doesn't know who he is anymore. And Hulk he almost worries that Hulk is stronger than him. There's a literal scene that they shot, that's another reference in Avengers, that they shot for Incredible Hulk and then they deleted. There's when he first meets Black Widow in Avengers, he says, I put a gun in my mouth and the big guy spat the bullet out.
Yeah, did they shoot that for
you
the
can
Incredible
Google
Hulk?
it. It's on Edward Norton. It's a freaky shot where you see the gun go in, you see the muzzle flash, and you just hear rah, and it goes ting on the ground.
Jeez.
It's but then like going through to, I'm not the biggest Age of Ultron fan. I don't like how Joss Whedon directed the movie, like as we talked about earlier with his like weird, like putting
Weird character arc of Black Widow.
yeah, weird character art, like always shooting people's asses and shit. I'm not a big Joss Whedon fan. I always kind of liked the relationship they had because it gave the two of them some sort of connection. Because if you watch, especially like Winter Soldier and stuff, Black Widow always said that she didn't understand her own place in the world, and neither did he. So I always thought it was kind of neat how they sort of found each other and they were each other's place.
Yes. However, I do find it weird that Black Widow said she was a monster because she was infertile.
Yeah,
What?
that's
Yeah, that's what happens. in the
Age of
second
Ultron's a
Avengers movie.
fucking weird movie.
It was because of the director.
She was a what? Because she was infertile.
She's like,
Okay.
I'm infertile, so I'm a monster.
It's
I'm
time
like
for things
you.
where I just have to wonder, like, okay, yes, the director like has a say, but like, what would make you okay with saying that, like, as a person? Like,
I don't know. Have you read his
how
Wonder
would you
Woman
be able to
scripts?
take?
Oh yeah.
Where Wonder Woman isn't the main character.
Wow. Next week on GOOSHLEMS, Danielle reacts to problematic directors.
I don't know.
Just kidding. That's every night.
I don't know. Because, like, he created, like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and
Yeah,
shit.
he literally-
Who's a big, like, feminist icon.
Yeah.
And then he goes and does this shit. I don't know. Joss
It's
Whedon's
really
fucking
weird.
And
Because like he creates all these like really wonderful like
strong female
woman icons.
If you watch, like even, like, Firefly, all the women on, like, Firefly, like, which was his TV show, are, like, really, like, badass characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, he makes one movie where he's just, like, but. Like, the most egregious thing, we've talked about this on the
look
podcast.
at the ass.
The shot of Gal Gadot's ass in Justice League when they're getting off the plane
Dude.
is just, like,
What the hell?
anyway, their, like, arc, and Hulk's arc specifically, especially going into Ragnarok, was really interesting because it was basically just like their Hulk had fully taken over. And there's even a scene there where the first time he de-Hulks is because Thor plays the video of Black Widow. And I've always seen that, like, that's like his humanity coming back, right?
Yeah.
And then they kind of dropped it in Infinity War because fans were kind of just, like, upset that it wasn't handled the best in Age of Ultron. But it's weird that they just kind of drop it.
Well, I mean, like it wasn't handled like it could have been an interesting romance story if it weren't for the fact that one, she's like, I'm like you, Bruce.
'Cause I
I'm
can't
a
have
monster because I can't have
kids."
kids. Huh?
I
Second, she
I
was like a
almost
damsel
wonder-
in distress.
That's weird as shit. That's still bugs
Black
me.
Widow, who's literally like,
A master assassin.
yeah.
Can't get past fucking James Spader as a CGI robot. I don't know. I don't like that movie. Anyway, I think that, like, this is my opinion of Age of Ultron quickly. The first, like, 40 minutes is really good. Up until the fight scene after the hammer lifting scene where they're fighting Ultron in the fucking tower. That shit's awesome. And then it's like, and then it's like, oh, Velma's in it. I love Linda Cardinelli, dude. She's a talented lady, man. But
The opening scene of Endgame.
that was
As
one of
soon
my
as I saw the bow and arrow,
dude, I was like,
I knew exactly what was gonna
confused.
happen.
I was like, ruh-roh. Relma.
Whoa, they're all gonna disappear. First of all,
They all did.
it's weird that I get that it's supposed to be 50% of the population and not 50% of
whole
families.
fucking family
But it's
dies,
weird how
right?
the entire family, like not one kid was left behind or something.
Okay, also, wait, I gotta bring this up. They said 50% of all life in the universe. Was no one on Earth like, where the fuck did trees go?
Also, like,
yeah, I'm
Were
like,
trees
like-
affected?
also okay.
They
so
said
I mean,
all
like
life.
life. So that could mean like animals.
That's what didn't
sick.
make sense about Thanos' plan in Infinity War is he wanted to get rid of 50% of all life because there
Oh,
weren't
true,
enough
'cause of the
resources.
resources, but then you're killing
But
resources.
you're killing the resources by
So it
killing
evens out
life.
then.
That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
In the comics, okay, so in the comics, he specifically mentions sentient life.
Oh, okay.
Also, he didn't. Okay, Thanos' motivations, because people were walking around with sweaters that were like Thanos was right. Same with like the Killmonger was right sweaters.
Oh, gee. Thanos was
One of my
Okay, to
favorite-
be fair, I feel like the way, like after watching Infinity War, the way that they really did humanize him to the
Yeah.
point where it was like, not that I would ever agree with him,
Yeah, but no,
but like you can
almost
understand where he's coming from.
why because he literally because people were tweeting like if people like understand Thanos they don't understand the movie. I'm like, the guy watched his planet die and he literally proposed the most extreme
Yeah, like
thing to
obviously
his
it's
government.
very extreme. Like,
Yeah.
and they didn't listen to him. So in his eyes, he sees the only way to preserve life in the universe is to take it away for others to flourish.
I think the scary thing is that, like I was saying to Chris, it's kind of like what happened in China, like a more extreme version.
Yeah,
Wait, what do you
But,
mean, what
like-
happened in China?
I heard people making that connection.
Oh, really?
too.
Okay,
Some people
like
had
the
discussed it
one-child
last
policy?
year.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
I was just like obviously very drastic, but
But
like
also,
It's
like,
not
this
like
is
I'm not like
man.
comparing it all together.
Yeah.
But like I feel like that is kind of a step in that direction.
Yeah, it's like a
You
it's
know,
like
like it's like a
It's like a little toe
baby
dip.
Yeah.
step, like
like, and
so
then
problematic.
that's
Yeah.
why, like, I don't know, dude. That whole thing in the comics. Do you know what his plan was in the comics?
It's because he was in love with death. and
He was
wanted
literally
to-
in love with death, like
Death
the
was
fucking Grim Reaper.
was like-
death.
Wow, this is like the book thief.
And he said, and it was literally, she was like,
This personification.
I will love you if you kill half the universe. So he goes through.
He's like, I will do that for you.
Danielle, you like reading books? He goes through 1,200 pages of fucking comic books to get those fucking stones. And then in probably the most famous comic book panel in history, it's just like, it's like a negative outline where you see his hand and it just says snap. And one of the best things in the comics, there's no like disintegration. I've always thought that was the freakiest bit in the comics. You like literally, they're just fucking gone, like instantly, gone. And that one of the most disturbing things
I
I've
should have
read
made
in
that sound too.
well, the survivors in the comic are different. Like Spider-Man survives in the comic because he was the most popular Marvel character. One of the most disturbing things I've read in a comic is the first thing he hears when the snap goes off, his spider sense goes off, and he goes, why is it so like intense? And you hear down on the street someone yell, "Where'd my baby go?"
I would cry.
And like,
I'm surprised I
and
didn't
he's
cry.
just like, what? And like
Oh my
cars
gosh,
start
you're
fucking
right.
crashing, and
Okay.
he's like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm okay.
He dies later, like Thanos fucking breaks him in half. It's
Wait, Spider-Man?
Yeah, he like
Oh.
fuck, and then he I think he like cuts Captain America's head off. Dude, fucking 90s Marvel comics were fucking
Wait,
metal.
did they
dude.
ever recover?
Do you know how the comic ended? And I thought this is how like Endgame was gonna end. In the comic, Nebula gets the gauntlet, and she's like, they're like, Nebula, you got the gauntlet, bring everyone back, and she's like, fuck you, I'm in power now, and everyone's like, what? Because like she was just like, I've been fucking abused by you my entire life, and now I'm in power.
Oh my god.
And then they have to team up with Thanos to stop Nebula.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
That's how the.
Could
that's
you
how,
imagine if that's how
the-
Endgame ended?
Wait, and that's it? And like they just don't continue it?
They turn well okay, in the comic. Adam Warlock comes, who was the post-credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
Yeah.
and who doesn't exist yet. Fucking Jake Paul was like, I will play him, and everyone was like, no, no. Anyway, he gets the gauntlet and he stops her, and then they seal it away and shit. Anyway, fucking the whole like arc and shit and all this. They made Thanos a more understandable character instead of being like I want to get laid by a skeleton.
Ew.
Well,
But did he actually though?
did death really?
No, she was kind of like pissed. In the comics now, she has there's like a love triangle with she, Thanos, and fucking Deadpool.
Yeah, I know Deadpool's in love with death too. Well,
We're running out of time.
Dude,
On
did
that
we go
note-
like 2 hours? Like,
on that note, guys,
Oh yeah, Iron Man dies too.
thank you guys for watching this very special episode of No One's Gonna Listen. It's our spoiler review. This was our spoiler review of Avengers Endgame. If you skip to here, because I put the
Time
thing,
code?
the time
Now
code
you
in
have
the
to make sure to,
description.
like,
Yeah. If you skip to here, then what's up? The podcast is over now.
Let's have like a quick, tiny 30-second discussion about something to add some content. What
it's
do we
not
got?
gonna be only 30 seconds.
What do we got coming up? Anything good? Ralph's hosting next week.
Ralph.
am I?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
This is gonna be. Thank you for listening. Bridger Bear, get back to me.
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you, Bridger Bear?
Thank you again to Danielle for coming on this
Moderator
week.
Danielle.
For Moderator Danielle.
Danielle. Oh, one more time.
Damn.
Love that. It's
You
my,
should
I'm
just
gonna get a
be-
T-shirt of that.
You should. You should.
Of yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You should just have a counter of every
conceited.
single time.
Ding, ding.
Every single time he does that.
Right.
Thank you, babe, for coming on here.
And thank you, babe, for coming.
You're making me blush, Ryan.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
No, to Chris. Okay, never
Oh,
mind.
I'm sorry.
They're babes.
I was Kristoffer Bradley Cruz, but now
You were
like,
snapped
disappeared.
away.
I still am Kristoffer Bradley Cruz.
I'm still Ralph Ramos.
I think I'm right, Sherry.
I am Moderator Danielle. That is my official name.
I'm gonna get Danielle a name
Moderator
tag.
is my first name and Danielle is my last name.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
See us next week. I have to do my thing, dude. Same Goosh time, same Goosh channel.
Oh
You didn't even add the lems in the thing.
What?
Oh,
You never said
Lems.
that.
Well, no, it's always
Yeah,
same Goosh time,
I
same
know, but I'm just saying you don't add a lems, but Goosh is just me.
Oh, that's
You're not adding Ralph.
Oh, like Lems, like
It's okay,
the
it's
Lems.
okay.
And then also same Lems time, same Lems channel.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
works.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.
I don't know where to look.
Look right there.